Just a couple of days ago, this package arrived in the mail from Walter Bunning. And I've already talked to Walter a little bit. He told me it was on the way. I told him it had arrived. I've been a little bit preoccupied with some other things, so I haven't gotten around to opening it. So we're going to do an unboxing video. Everyone knows Walter's channel, I think, and if you don't, you should check it out. He changed his channel name to Viejo after some tomfoolery pulled by the folks at YouTube. But we still know him as Walter and Viejo. They're both fine names. But we'll open it up here, and I have a pretty good idea what's in here. He didn't tell me exactly, and he didn't tell me everything, so I hope there's nothing embarrassing. But both Walter and Mark Thomas they've been hitting it pretty hard with 41 Magnum lately. You know, they both got new revolvers and all that, and I know there's 41 Magnum bullets in here, so look at that. Nicely packaged and rolled up. And oh my goodness, there's an envelope. Now the other thing, I should have brought it down. Walter sent a gift in the mail, one of the pizza cards that JH586 granddaughter was selling. So I got that in the mail too. I should have brought that down for the unboxing and shown everyone. But we have a nice note from Walter. Hi Curtis, here's a few 41 mag bullets, all as cast as you requested. All come from the same pot and are roughly Lyman number 2 hardness. The Seiko 12 weigh about 184. Ooh, that's pretty heavy for 41. Seiko 18 about 218. That's pretty standard. 210, 215, somewhere in that range is pretty typical. The MP 41 hammer flat points came in at 224 with the Penta hollow points at 216. Walter was telling me he really likes that MP mold in the different hollow point pins that can go in it. Both Seikos have low data in the Lyman cast bullet handbook. You're on your own for the MPs. Yeah, I would think I would be on my own. Oh no, the MP is the flat points. Those are 224. But I said 184 is kind of heavy. No, that's bad information. 184 is pretty light. I'm thinking, for some reason I was thinking that was 284. But 184 is a little light for a 41 bullet. 210, 215 is right in the ballpark of just about everything. 220 or so. Whoa, wow. You know, watching Walter's videos, his bullets are always beautiful. Walter knows that I powder coat some bullets, but I lube size as well. Sometimes I even pan lube, or I even tumble lube some bullets, but I tend to shoot a lot more traditionally lubed bullets than powder coated bullets. I don't think they're better, it's just what I enjoy. So this must be the lighter bullet. We'll try cutting the tape here. If the unpackaging is tough, I'll stop the camera and do this part offline, because it looks like Walter's got this taped up really good so that the mailman can't destroy the bullets. I'll let the camera continue to roll because I don't know how this will turn out, but I'll go ahead and take the tape off of all of these at once, and if it takes me a long time I will edit it out. I try to do these as live shoots and not edit any more than possible, but boy, sometimes they just run long. Don't do that. Throw it off into the corner. Sometimes it just runs long if you don't edit some of the stuff out that takes a while. Okay, so here we go. Here's the MP41 hammers. Those are 216. Man, Walter casts pretty bullets. Nice shiny Lyman number 2. Oh, that's the Penta hollow point. Look at that. Wow, that's a nice looking bullet. The Lyman number 2. Yeah, it's good and hard. Those are worthy of 41 Magnum velocity for sure. The hollow point is 216 and the flat point is 224. Did he put them in the same bag? Are these all Pentas in here? These are all Pentas in here. Okay, I think the other one's over there. This is the Seiko bullet, the 218 grain, which is right in the ballpark. Oh, that's got a little bit smaller. Okay, yeah, I like that big fat lube groove on the bottom, and it's a bevel base. That'll seat real nicely. I like that a lot. That's a good looking bullet. 218. And then these are Seiko 412, and these are the 184s. That's 218, these are the light 184s. Okay, boy, those ought to scream. And that has a big fat lube groove, very similar to the Seiko, the other bullet. Of course, they're both Seikos. This one's a 412, that's a 418. So it looks like they're similar. The weight might be the primary difference. Their shapes may be very similar. And the bevel base. Yeah, when you put them side by side, that driving band is a little wider on the heavier one. The grease groove looks to be about the same, but then you get the big bevel base. Well, those will be interesting to try. Wow, very cool. Very cool. So, did we get... The thing I'm curious about here is, did we get... Walter gave the weight of both the Oh, there's the solid one. Boy, like the guys say, big fat me plat. Oh boy, that's gonna be vicious on steel. And it will really hit hard. In the hollow point pins, when you put the ones in for the regular flat point, that really comes out nicely. Boy, those are beautiful, Walter. Thank you very much. I will definitely put them to use. So you guys will ask, well, what are you going to shoot them in? I did show in some of my other 41 Magnum videos, I did show my Model 57. This is an early 57. It's a no dash. I don't know if you can see it on video. It just says Model 57 in there. This is a 4-inch, and like everyone else that has a 4-inch, I wish it was longer. But this is the one that came along. It's in really nice shape. It shoots very well. I've been more than happy with it. I do have a set of the... my Smith verbiage is not real good. Target. I think they're Target grips. I shoot it with these Packmeyers. It's very comfortable. But this one was when I told a friend at the gun shop that I was looking for a double action. I actually told him I wanted a 41, and it all started because I bought a press from a friend and ended up with bullets and brass and stuff, and I said I needed a 41. The first one that came along was a Black Hawk, and I said, well, you know, I was really thinking like a double action, and I was thinking 57 all along, and like 3 or 4 days later I got the call and this one was available. So to me it was a no-brainer. I really like this revolver. It's appeared, like say in the other videos in my 41 Magnum playlist. It's made some appearances, so I shoot this one some. See, it's got soot on it. It's not a safe queen. I shoot it. And then also for big bore revolver in silhouette, I shoot this Redhawk. This is a Redhawk Hunter. What are these, 7.5 inch barrel, something of that nature. We'd have to measure it if I want to be sure, but this is a Redhawk Hunter. This is a 41 Magnum. I have one that matches this in stainless that's a 44 Magnum, but this one's the 41, and this one, I shoot this one quite a bit. It's a toss-up. Romantically, I like the 57 better. Practically, I might like this one better. I do like the trigger a lot on it. The longer barrel, especially for shooting normal paper at reasonable yardages, the 57 is a fine tool. But of course, in the big bore revolver, I'm shooting this out to 200 yards. So the longer sight plane makes a huge difference. I never, when I got it, it came to me with the rings and the scope on it, and I took them off, and I've been shooting the irons. I have not ever shot it with the scope on it, but that's my Redhawk in 41. And then I also have a 10-inch Contender barrel in 41 Magnum. I have not yet run any rounds through this either. I have many Contender barrels. 41 is a barrel that I always wanted. I bought a frame and this barrel together. I think the frame did have a 357 Magnum barrel on it. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a 10-inch 357 Magnum barrel that was on the frame when I bought it, and this barrel was also with it. Or is that... No, that's not right. I'm lying to you. I was at a shop, and this was in the cabinet with the used pistols, and I chose to buy it, and the salesman said, "Do you like 41 Magnum?" And I said, "Well, I haven't been shooting it, but I'd like to." And he said, "Well, you'll like this," and he brought over a 41 Magnum Contender carbine with the 16-inch barrel. So I bought that Contender carbine with the 16-inch barrel, and then added this 41 barrel on with it. But if you look here, you can see there's not any closure marks on it, and there's no frame rubs here. I'm not sure that this barrel's been on a frame, frankly. You look down the bore, it's very clean. So it may not have been run yet. So I need to get some rounds through it here pretty soon. It's ready. I think maybe Walter's bullets ought to make an appearance in that Contender barrel. So I also owe Walter a package. I had on my communities tab, I showed that I had been making some powder through inserts for the Lee powder through expander dies, and these have steps in them like a Lyman M die. And I made this one for Walter in 41 Magnum, and I have not sent it to him yet. I put up a poll as to whether I should just send it to him, whether I should test it, or whether we should do a live stream and test it together. And at first everyone said just send it to him, and so I was going to do that, and then the results started to change and said do a live stream, but I should probably just send it to Walter so he can evaluate it himself. I did make one to test myself. I've made others. I've made them in 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 ACP, and some others, and they've worked well after you learn the dimensions. This one, the dimensions are pretty close to what a Lyman M die actually is. I was going to get out the tools and measure it and show on the video, but we're running long, so we'll let Walter take care of that once he gets it in his hands. This one that I made to test with it, you'll see there's some subtle differences. It's a little bit longer. I have some concern about when the powder throws during the expansion stroke versus where the expander insert is and things of that nature, so I was trying different lengths. This one that I tried, that I made for myself, the major diameter is not quite large enough. It wasn't expanding the mouth of the case quite enough. It could stand to have maybe 0.02 more, and measuring it with a micrometer does indeed indicate that. The one that I made for Walter, when I measured it, it was right on the money where I thought it had ought to be. So we'll see how it turns out when it gets out there to California and he gives it a try. So that'll be on the way. Walter has every mold known to man, so I should probably contribute in this whole 41 Magnum adventure and get him some 41 Magnum bullets. And as far as molds I have in 41, I have this one. This is the Lee TL 410-210 semi-wad cutter. This is the tumble lube bullet in 41 Magnum, if you will. I haven't ever casted this mold. It's new. I don't think Walter is into tumble lube bullets, and I don't know what other people have found, but in the beginning I thought that for powder coating that tumble lube bullets would be the bomb, and I haven't found that to be true. I've found that regular bullets with regular lube grooves seem to do better for me. I don't think that when I use a push-through sizer that the powder-coated tumble lube style bullets do that well. I've had better results with regular bullets, so I don't think that one's a winner for Walter. And then I do have this is the old Lee single cavity. This is a 410-195 semi-wad cutter, which is more or less the same bullet, but it's the regular lube groove variant. So Walter probably has this mold or something similar, but if he wanted to try some of these, I would certainly cast up some for him. I'm trying to remember if I've shot any of these or not. I think I did cast just a handful to try this old mold. It still needs to be cleaned up and detailed, but I think I ran a few in it just to try them, and that's what that sample one that was in there. And then one time when I was up in the Upper Peninsula visiting my son, one of the local shops there had some 41 Magnum stuff, and I grabbed this box, and this is the Keith type, the RCBS 41-210. They call it Keith type. It's kind of looks like a traditional Elmer Keith bullet, and it came with a lube size die, which I forgot about because I didn't even think I had a 410 lube size die, but I do. And there's the nose punch for it, and so this came all together at the same time. So that's a pretty standard looking bullet. It's got the round lower lube groove rather than the square bottomed one, and then it's got a nice crimp spot at the top there. I haven't cast this mold either. This might be a candidate for Walter's Moldy Monday videos because it's one that's just been in the pile and I didn't even remember that there was a lube sizer die in there. I could have used that. Or maybe, I'm trying to think how the timing worked on that, because when I started casting 41 I didn't have a lube sizer die, and I pan lubed the bullets. But I'm trying to remember the timing, if this came after that or if I got it before it and forgot. I don't remember. And then the other one that I have is I have this NOE mold that I purchased. And this is labeled 412-220 semi-wad cutter. And this one, I got it in the 2 plane base configuration. I'm not, you know, I've read, I don't know, but I've read that gas checks in 41, yeah, most guys seem to be a little lukewarm about them. So I chose to go with the double plane base, and so this was probably some of the bullets that I shot in some of the other videos with the 57 was with this bullet. I don't think I've fired any of this bullet out of my Redhawk. I think with the Redhawk I've pretty much been running these. This is from Precision Cast, which was a commercial bullet caster here near Jackson, Michigan, in Springport. I've been shooting these because I had a whole bunch of them. And then I also bought some of the high-tech coated variant from SNS Casting. There is a video on my channel. No, that was a live stream. I did a live stream once where I loaded some of these in a live stream, so some of you may have seen that. SNS Casting that does the high-tech coated ones there in... they're in Illinois, I believe, but it's snscasting.com, so you can check that out. 215 grain semi-wad cutter. I believe that both of these bullets are from a Magma mold on the like the Magma commercial casting machines. So I've been shooting those. That's the label from the Precision Cast. Precision Cast isn't around anymore, but I'm sure that other people cast from that Magma mold and make this same 41 Magnum bullet. Walter's knowledge of molds and styles is far superior to mine, so he probably already knows who else may commercially offer that bullet. So what I might do here is here's a tub of that NOE bullet, the what do they call that, the 220 semi-wad cutter. These are cast with a relatively hard alloy that I did. I cast these. They're trying to remember if that was, I think I did these in a live stream too. And anyway, maybe I'll send him some of these to try because he probably doesn't have this mold. He may have all these other molds. So maybe Walter can give me some feedback as to which ones would be useful for him. I can send him a handful of these, and he would probably powder coat them and shoot them. I haven't ever, I don't think I've powder coated in these. I think I've only lube sized them and run them. So that's what I have in the unboxing from Walter Bunning. So sum it up, we got these nice MP hammers. Is that like MC hammer? Can't touch this. Whoa, uh-oh, can't touch this. Whoa, yeah, they're but this is MP hammer, not MC hammer. And like that, can't touch this. That was like a rip-off of. That was like a rip-off of like what, a Rick James song, was it? Super Freak, yeah. It was rip-off of Super Freak. So is the MP hammer? Is that a rip-off of something else? Walter's gonna have to fill me in. And then we, you know, the Seiko 418 and the Seiko 184. You know, I don't think I even need to measure or weigh because Walter does all of that in his videos, and they're beautiful. I mean, these are almost too pretty to shoot. I know he sent some to Mark Thomas. Look at that bullet. That thing. That's like jewelry quality. I should like mount it on a ring or something and have some bling. Bullet bling. Thanks, Walter. And thanks everybody for watching. Walter Bunning unboxing, take one. Roll 'em.